708, and hopefully Angela can join us. She might be stuck in traffic. She had indicated she was going to be here, but so I'll formally call the meeting to order. This is the EDC meeting for Wednesday, October 15th, 2025. I'm Laura DiDio, the chairperson, and we can start with you, Nicole, since you're remote.
Nicole, present.
Justin, present.
Craig, present.
Will, present.
Okay, so we'll get started. We've got a seemingly packed agenda, although it's pretty straightforward this time. We wanted to talk about finalize the discussion on the EDC Fall Business event, which is scheduled to take place November 4th in the large room at the Grafton Public Library. Craig, I know you you weren't here in person last week, last month, but we had the input, so I think we all agreed that Bushel and Peck would be doing the catering for the sandwiches and what have you, and then Justin also brought up the fact we should probably have, we could get some pizzas as well, which I think is a good idea. I'm just sorry that poor Lakis Theodaris, who just retired, who just sold the business, Pepperoni Express.
Yeah.
So we can, any suggestions on where we want to get the pizza from?
I've been there's many places that sell pizza in Grafton. There's,
Jim's Fancy House of Pizza is nice. The new Fancy House of Pizza.
Yeah, in South Grafton.
Yeah, I mean, I think that one's good. They're economically priced. I know that Reunion has great pizza, but they're also very expensive. And I'd like to, in the interest of
Sharing the wealth.
sharing the wealth. They're in South Grafton, so let's be inclusive.
I'll say my favorite in general has been Grafton Pizza, which is again North Grafton, but I actually prefer the idea of using a business in South Grafton to spread the intention there.
Yeah, I agree. So who's going to be in charge of ordering the food? Does anybody? Or the catering.
November 4th. I mean, well, it's coming up fast, huh?
November 4th. Yeah, it's 3 weeks.
Yeah.
I forgot, you're going to be around then, William?
No, he's going to be on his honeymoon in Australia.
I'll be away, but I can put in the call in advance if that's
I know Michael at Bushel and
okay.
I can call Fancy and order. I just need a ballpark on
I mean, I can call. I can
show up.
Hello, Angela. Welcome.
Sorry to keep everybody waiting.
No.
It's okay.
So we've just begun the meeting.
Thank you.
You can say you're present, although we can see you.
H.U. present. Thank you.
So we're just on item number 2, talking about, finalizing the stuff for what we're ordering from Bushel and Peck. Does sandwiches, the only thing is we'll just need to charge it to the town
Yeah,
credit card.
the town has a P card that if we can get it ordered, we can take care of the payment.
Oh, okay, so, I mean, I don't mind calling, the pizza place, and if you wanna deal with Michael at Bushel and Peck.
Sure.
Okay, so now, we're planning for about 75 people. And that would include us as well, so, that should be adequate. And I will also pick up, the water.
Yep.
I can get that, that's 3 for, $10 or $12 at Stop and Shop, for the 24 pack and stuff, so that should be good. And we just need from, sodas or juice from Bushel and Peck. Do they have that, or do we wanna get that from, like, Grafton, Stop and Shop as well?
I'm happy to bring that.
The soda, okay. So I'll get the water and I will, order the pizzas from New Fancy House of
Okay.
Pizza to deliver it, and we'll get the delivery there. Once again, for anybody, we have the library room from 5:30 to 7:30, which means we have to be there to set up and accept the delivery of the food by 5 o'clock. We will also have the AV equipment. Nicole has already printed out the flyer that we'll send out to announce the thing. I'm gonna send you what I wrote up for the presentation, the PowerPoint presentation. If you can put that, I have it on, just blank paper now. If you can put that into the town of Grafton
Yep.
thing, that would be great. Now, the other thing is, do we want, to speak at, we'll give a little speech ahead of time, but, Craig, do you wanna say anything as part of the select board, and, does anybody, we'll have our mission statement on the PowerPoint presentation. Now we've gotta be crisp about this, because we want to give people time to, hear the PowerPoint presentation. I think we only need to take 5 or 10 minutes on that, maybe have a little Q&A, and then let people, mingle, see what they want, so,
So if I could jump in,
yes,
I did hear back from the state about
yes,
the-
okay, yeah,
and they are able to send somebody out to present on the Mass Economic Development programs and things like that.
Great.
If that's still something the committee's interested in.
yes.
Okay.
For this meeting, for the business meeting, okay,
Yep. So Kevin Kuros, who's the Central Mass Regional Director of the Massachusetts Office of Business Development,
Kevin, can you spell his last name?
Kuros.
Kuros, and his title again?
He's the Central Mass Regional Director for MOBD, pardon me.
Okay, terrific.
So getting back to your earlier point, I'm sorry, is like, somebody I think should just kind of kick it off and welcome everybody and maybe introduce the EDC committee, so I don't know who wants to do that. But
We decided the last meeting that Laura would.
Yeah.
So if you were still willing to do that.
Yes, absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah, we'll introduce everybody, and, I think the purpose here, we want to put more of a framework around it than we did the first 2 times, which went well, but we want people to know, hey, here's what we're doing. We're a resource for you. We want you to be a resource for us. And the PowerPoint presentation, is gonna be tight. It gives them the demographics in Grafton, that we've got approximately plus or minus 350 businesses, think most of them, small businesses. We'll outline what our initiatives, what we hope for as our initiatives to, really obviously grow business, be a resource for them. Also let them know, hey, we want to actively solicit your input as well for how we can help you. You've told us that you would, at past meetings, that you would like assistance in marketing. Let's see if we can't put some teeth behind that, and we're also willing to do spotlight on our website and on some of the town's websites, business of the month, and that's open to everyone. So, I think, that should be, encouraged, and they also wanted to know, and we point this out in the presentation, how they can network with each other as well as us, we have a lot of really creative people, intelligent people in town, so we ought to be able to harness that and et cetera. So, okay, so what we should do between now and the 4th, I'll get started on making the phone calls to Fancy's House of Pizza, and then we can send out send out emails on.
Yeah, I don't know if they
Bushel.
deliver or not. I
Yeah.
wanna say that they don't.
I don't remember them delivering, but that's
They don't.
Okay.
thank you.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
It's
We
probably
get
not.
we get pizzas for our Halloween party from them, and we always have to go pick up.
Oh, okay. Gee, it's too bad Lucky is they always delivered, but yeah.
It's not like it's a big deal for
No.
anyone of us that are there, especially on the earlier side, to pick it up. And
Yeah.
it might even make sense for if we can swing it to have it actually arrive like 15 minutes after the start of our event for the pizza, because we're doing presentation, having people that might not show up right away. The pizza will be warmer for more people.
Yeah, that's fine.
Just a thought. I don't know.
But then we'd have to send somebody to get it.
Yes, no,
because
I know that.
because we will be at the event. Well, we might be able to get him to deliver.
Yeah.
I'll see if we can't.
He might be willing. I don't remember if we talked about how much of the food we're looking to get. I know it's saying 75 people-ish, but like, how many pies from the pizza? How much sandwiches from Bushel and Peck?
I would think if we got 4, 5 pies, do you think that's enough?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I'll get some either sandwiches or appetizers, finger food, like
Yeah.
stuff that they can,
Yep.
small plates, cause people a lot of them will probably eat dinner.
Yeah.
Cause it's at 7, right?
No, it's at 5:30.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh,
So this
alright.
would be more
Right.
like,
So, yeah.
it's
so
gonna
we
be from
definitely want-
5:30 to 7:30.
Okay.
And
so
we have a
definitely want-
hard stop at 7:30 because the library will close at 8. So we'll have to have everything over and done with and strike things down
Okay,
and
that's
clean
fine.
up.
And they could set up their room for us? I mean, Laura mentioned us going up there and setting up. I don't know how we want it set up. Cause there's not high tops there or anything like that, so I don't know how you're gonna set it up.
No, library staff probably won't set it up, but
No.
we'll have a discussion with the maintenance team, and we'll see what we can do about getting it set up.
Yeah, but it'll have to be cleaned and
Yep.
things like that, so if the maintenance team can get some, they'll have the trash cans there, won't they?
They will if we ask.
So we should get trash cans in there with the usual black hefty trash bags for the refuse.
Yeah, we just need a couple of long tables for the food and
Yeah.
drinks, whether those are on the floor or on the table, and then I guess some seating,
Yep.
right, for folks.
Yeah.
A
Well-
few small, I say small, but a few tables with some seating that people could sit
Yeah.
at, because not everyone's going to want to stand to eat. Some people will.
Yeah, a lot
But-
of people will stand too, yeah.
Yeah, and the library has all of that, it's just a matter of pulling it out of the closet and getting it set up.
How are we marketing it? How are we promoting the event? Like how are we getting the word out, I guess?
There was a flyer sent around. It was just a single page thing in the EDC email that I saw that looked nice.
Yes.
We also talked about having the town's website and Facebook posts saying stuff about it.
Yeah, because I know last time I did in-person calls to businesses, I did phone calls, and I'm sure other people did as well, and that didn't seem to work that well. So I think people see the stuff online and
Yeah.
how did the mailings work? From the mailings that you sent out, Will,
So,
we got about 13 to 15 responses, as I recall.
Nicole, can you hear us?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I just saw the email you sent.
Yeah, I couldn't before, but as soon as Laura started the meeting, then I could hear.
Gotcha. Sorry about that.
No problem. So Nicole, do you have any other suggestions on?
The only other thing I'm thinking, if you guys want, I can create like an Eventbrite link.
Oh, that would
so
be
when
good.
we are posting on Facebook or social media, you can say, click here to RSVP, and that will collect names and email addresses. But I think an email blast, posting on social media, and then putting it on the town website, I think that
That's good. The other
all
thing,
sounds good to me.
yeah, I think the other thing we can probably do is take the flyer that you put up and I'll ask Kim Lipinski to post it in the library as well, because that library gets a lot of traffic,
Yeah,
you know?
Is the committee happy with the flyer in this final form? I was waiting for this meeting to post it to the website.
Yeah, I think the flyer looks great for me. I mean, it's straightforward. It's you know, town logo and colors. Yeah.
Agreed.
I mean, unless we're saying Tom Brady is gonna make a personal appearance, I don't see that, you know.
He's old news.
He was up at my, at Fordham doing an event
Oh, yeah.
or something, yeah, a few weeks ago.
If I could just circle back real quick to Mr. Kuros. So he
Yes,
just had a couple of questions about what the committee wanted him to talk about in general. So his office is the one that does the business front door that I was talking about a couple of weeks ago, and has all of these tools and things open for attracting new businesses and helping small businesses expand. I figured the committee might want that to be more of the focus based on the clientele we're trying to attract, but figured I would open it up for discussion to the board before I told him anything one way or the other.
no, I think that sounds great. I think people will be very, enthused about such a thing, to hear from a
Yeah.
professional, because that's what that's what we struggle with here. I wouldn't say we're backwater in Grafton, but it's not Route 9, like Shrewsbury, Westboro, et cetera.
We're Brownwater in Grafton.
Okay, I'll call him tomorrow and let him know.
Okay, great, and, now when do you leave on your honeymoon?
Next Friday.
Okay, so can you send, us an email with all of his contact info and give him ours as well?
I can do that.
Okay, great, cause I know you're gonna be anxious to skip town.
Can't postpone that, you have to, you can't.
No, I would like to be married for a long time. not a month and a half.
Not a month and a half. Okay, so this sounds good. As soon as you send me the PowerPoint presentation for the towns,
Am I sending you the PowerPoint or are you sending me the
I
content?
can send you the blank if you wanna put it into the town's format, yeah.
Yep, that'd be fine.
Okay, so it's pretty straightforward.
Mhm.
You know, it's gonna be demographics, what types of businesses we have, what our mission, I'll put in a copy, we'll have one slide basically has the EDC's mission statement, 2 paragraphs, we don't need the whole, 2 or 3 pages, won't fit, and what we'd like to accomplish, and that we want input from them, we want to work with them, but basically, we're here for you, we want you to be here for us, you know.
Yep.
If anybody has any other suggestions, once we send that around, please feel free to go in to the PowerPoint and, you know, mark it up and, you know, initial it, and then we'll be able to have, you know, I think we should get through in 1 or 2 passes, so, and then I'll consolidate all the feedback and put it in, if that's acceptable to everyone.
Thank you.
I think, and we talked about this last time, but I think you might run into open meeting law issues if you have everybody sending you the feedback. If the feedback came to me and I consolidated it
Yeah.
and then sent it to you, we navigate around it. I just wanna
Yeah.
make sure the committee
Yeah, no,
doesn't run
that's-
afoul of that.
No, that's fine, So if it goes to you, do you wanna consolidate all of the feedback and input it into the PowerPoint?
No, I can take it and then send it to you as
Okay.
one document.
Good,
And that is not a violation, but if everybody's sending it to you,
Yeah, because I was thinking it would be probably easier on you if I consolidated all the feedback once you received it.
yeah, that's what you pay me for, it's fine.
Okay, no, that's fine, I don't wanna be in violation of anything, but,
Yep.
you know, I don't wanna give you more, I don't wanna load you up with any more work than is necessary as you're trying to pack.
No, that's fine, it's the light town meeting, Greg's got it handled.
Oh, okay.
Is anybody from any of the land use or permitting departments gonna be able to be there? I'm just thinking planning, building, you know, conservation or board of health. I'm just thinking those, you know, when a business comes to town,
Yeah.
those are the 4 departments that they engage with.
My memory,
Fiona
Say,
is unavailable?
I would say Fiona's out that week, I think.
Yeah, I think she's also going on vacation or a honeymoon or
She
something,
will also be on her honeymoon.
yeah.
Yes, she is.
However, I don't believe it was extended to the conservation, building, or board of health. We also have an assistant town
I
planner,
was gonna
so
say, we
we
get
can,
the assistant,
yeah,
yeah.
we can very easily float it to them.
See if they can, see
Yeah.
if they can stop by and, you know, spend a little time and.
It might also be worth, I'll try to remember to do it myself anyway, but mentioning it to Bob Hassinger as the current, as the current chair of the
Trying
planning
to
board.
kill this whole event? What are you doing? No, I'm kidding.
Just as the current chair of the planning board, as someone that he might be interested in attending, but
Bob's chair now?
right now he's chair.
Probably for the 20th time. Wow.
I'm the
Bob is on
current
like
vice chair.
6 committees.
He's on several. He's also on the CMRPC in different capacities there too. So he's pretty busy. So I don't know if he'll get to come, but that's
Yeah, right. No, but I mean, that would be great if he could come, but,
Yep.
Staff would certainly be great too, cause people might have, a question or.
I floated it to Evan. I don't know if he's gonna be able to be there like you asked, but I will definitely float it to the other 4 departments we just talked about tomorrow.
Okay, terrific, and do we want to, what do you think about inviting like Dave Maradian?
I think it makes sense for both inviting Meridian and governing him.
Yeah, you can invite Dave and Mike.
Mike?
Mike Moore.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Senator. So, yeah, I don't know if those guys, I mean, they're out so much, I don't know if they'll be available, we can certainly extend the invitation, right?
Yeah,
Is that something you must have their emails, right?
Yeah.
Can you shoot?
I
them?
can reach out to Dave.
okay,
still wouldn't hurt to have us send an official email anyway.
Yeah,
With the flyer.
I can reach out with the flyer and
Yeah.
all that good stuff.
okay. So this sounds like we're gonna have a chock full,
We have a bunch of
Okay.
invitees.
yes, I know.
we don't know they'll come.
Yeah.
Well, no, but we know that Kevin Kuros is gonna come, so that's good for starters. I'm sure that, well, I'm not sure, but I'm hopeful that somebody, the assistant town planner.
One thought I just had. If it's easy to do so, would it make sense to mention Kevin on our flyer?
Yeah, I can do that.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
William, can you email me his name and title?
Yes.
And then, do you guys want me to create an Eventbrite link? Because it does have the ability to have like a simple agenda on it too, so people can see. Like I can do the EDC intro, who we're about, what we're about, or something like that. Then the speaker, and then the balance of the time will just be networking.
Yes. So, yeah, that would be great, Nicole. I'm
Yeah.
on
Okay.
board with that.
So you mentioned something about a Q&A segment. Is that gonna be after the speaker?
Yes.
Okay. Just businesses might come with a question or
Mm-hmm.
complaint or,
Or both?
yeah.
I think that, we have a lot of disparate businesses and we have a lot of new businesses, and some of them, as you mentioned earlier, Justin, it's worth noting, we've got some of these new businesses, like, a new nail place, or, there's a new breakfast and lunch place down in South Grafton. And a lot of these places where they're off the beaten path, and now there's so much construction going on.
Right.
And detours that, their businesses, need a boost and highlighting. I mean, one new business that's doing very well is the old Stephanie's, which is now Val's Corner Cafe. Apparently they're just, people are just flocking to that, but look at where it's located. It's right in the heart of things, where there's that one, First Bite, that's in South Grafton, down by a couple of nail places, and one of the new, juice bars.
And
They don't get a
Uncommon
lot of
Cow
traffic.
Uncommon Cow is also at center is doing pretty well. That they're moving to right next to the Grafton Inn now.
Yeah.
They just came to planning board. And while I think of it, William,
Yes.
is it possible to make a note to also send an invite/flyer to the people that are doing the currently in permitting process for Bolac Plaza? Because they know they're doing a microbrewery, among other things there.
Yes, I will have to get
It's
the-
not approved yet from planning, but it's
Yeah.
probably great to invite them.
I'll have to get their contact information from the planning department.
That's
we
what I
can do that.
figured. It probably doesn't make sense for me to reach out to them where I'm the appointing authority for
Yeah.
that, but not appointing authority, but permitting authority.
Yes.
But still,
So one of the pieces that we discussed in the last meeting was giving attendees an opportunity for their businesses to come up and speak. We give them a max of 2 minutes to introduce themselves, introduce their business. Do we still want to consider that? I know we have a very tight schedule of 2 hours, and we now have a confirmed guest speaker. So I think we were talking about that idea if we didn't necessarily have a guest speaker.
I'm leaning to, given the time,
Mm-hmm.
that we basically feel the room after the speaker, and if after any Q&A, and if there's
No
basically
Q&A.
no Q&A or dead space, we could say people are welcome to come up, or we don't have that on any official agenda is kind of what I'm suggesting.
Yeah,
Okay.
because the.
I do have it on the flyer. Should I take it off? I'll tell you what I have. I have new to Grafton. The EDC wants to celebrate local businesses open a year or less. Come share a quick introduction with our group.
So that's a smaller.
That's
Thank you,
it's
Nicole.
that's
I
a
did
big
see that.
subset, yeah.
You think it's a big subset? If
No, it's a
been-
small
Yeah,
subset.
small subset.
That's a
right.
niche.
For a year or less.
Yes.
Just because it seemed like we had quite a few people at the last one that were like brand new businesses. And they like saw our flyer on social media and stopped by to say hello.
They
That's
did.
why I thought of it, but I
Yep.
can definitely change it
So they
or
saw.
take it off.
No, you're right. They saw the flyer on All Things Grafton, is what we heard from the majority of them. And then we created, because we were a smaller group, we had like subsets of circles where people were talking about their businesses. So it made the event intriguing, engaging, and I'm in favor for having a niche group, and
Yeah.
that feels more controllable than just anybody being able. I've been here for 30 years and talking about themselves, but
Yeah, I think, at least in my opinion, and looking at the flyer, that section probably is perfect to be about the speaker, that we're having, and then, like I said, in person when we're there, if we fill the room, we can ask, is your business been here for a year or less, or are you coming to Grafton? Would you like to say if you were, that kind of, offer the opportunity to talk, but try to focus on that first, and then 2 years or less if no one steps up, whatever, that kind of thing.
Yeah, and we can tell them, this will be open-ended, we'll have other events and there will be other opportunities, such as, if you'd like your business featured on a spotlight on the EDC's website, on the town website, we're open to that as well. But yeah, I mean, there are certain businesses like Val's Corner Cafe, it's not really gonna need a big boost, or my favorite, Bread Guy Breads. But yeah, there are these little pockets of businesses, and then there are the people who have the home-based businesses,
Right.
like Natasha,
The
the
canine.
canine thing with the dog. Well, she got a lot of business just going from that thing to our last event in, you know, on that rainy night.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause everybody has, a lot of people have pets in this town, and a lot of people need dog walkers, pet sitters, etc.
Yeah, yeah. No, that's great. That's great. That's what we should be doing.
By the way, we have a new business in town. I noticed this as one of said pet owners, and my German Shepherd Blitz, he's too obstreperous to take to the vet, so I had to have the home vet visit. We have just had a new vet who does integrated vet services, just advertised here in Grafton, and which is great. They'll do the home visits, they'll do the euthanasia, so it's, you know, great service. So this whole pet business, I'm also inviting personally some of the horse people.
Yep.
Okay, like Ridge Valley,
Yep.
Hillside Meadows Equestrian, and they do a lot of business there, and there are ancillary businesses as well that, you know, feed off of that. You know, the Saddle Shed, for example.
Yep.
And, you know, inviting them.
Yeah.
Some of these people don't always check all the websites, but, you know, their businesses need boosting. I know Terry Terrian told me he does the pony rides and the birthday parties for ponies, and he said, and even the trail rides, which at this time of year are usually going great gangbusters, but business has been slow. But for the, you know, probably because of the economy.
Yeah, not a lot of entertainment funds for people right now.
Yeah, so, these are other things, so I've made, you know, some of those that personal outreach. But I think we're in good shape, because if we do the introduction, me speaking, Ken Kouros, and then open it up to that niche subset of new businesses,
Yeah.
that might take up to, you know, 35 minutes, and then that leaves, you know, an hour and a half to mingle.
I do think Kevin might be a little bit longer than that. When we saw the presentation at the MMA meeting in Quincy, it was about 45 minutes to an hour.
Okay, so we'll,
But
yeah, that's,
it's a good 45 minutes.
Is it?
It's,
Okay.
yeah.
Because you want people to.
Yep.
Want to stick around to
Cool.
network. You know what I mean?
Yes.
yeah,
Yeah,
So I can ask him if he can keep it on that shorter 45 minute side. But again, I think there's some good content in there.
Yeah.
yeah, we might even wanna ask him, I mean, I don't wanna insult the man if he's coming out here, but it might be easier for him to do even a 20-minute, 25-minute presentation. What does everybody think about that?
We have 2 hours, right?
Yes,
5:30
we
to
have
7.
we have 2 hours.
Yeah.
My opinion
I
is
think
if
45 would be.
you know, 45 should be fine. Like I said, where you know we can even make mention to him that where people might just go to the side and mingle anyway while he's presenting if they want to, you know. But
That might get kind
I
of.
don't wanna be disrespectful.
No,
Yeah,
I-
that
I-
might
I don't
get
know how
kind
to.
of-
Yeah, I don't know how to.
I think the way that you handle it is just like with most meetings, that you have a clear agenda so people know what the expectations are.
Yeah.
So I think Laura, you're at like 5 minutes, right? You're gonna come in, you're gonna do your introduction, and then do you feel fine if William can get to you unless William wants to do the intro for the guest speaker? So how would you like to do that? Well, you're not gonna be here, so.
No, I can do the
so you
intro
do
to the
intro
guest,
for the guest speaker.
to the
Yep.
guest speaker,
Great.
and,
So we've got the first hour, because if he's gonna go 45 minutes,
okay,
we have to plan on time for questions and answers, right?
Yeah.
So it could be easy, like an easy 60 minutes, right, if you have Q&A. Did you notice when you attended his presentation if he takes the questions during the presentation, or does he wait until the end?
They waited till the end when I saw.
Yeah. So my experience with programming is if you're gonna go 45 minutes, you should plan for at
Wait.
least 15 minutes of
Yeah.
Q&A.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
Yeah.
On all my presentations as well. Although sometimes what happens, and, that can get derailed if you have an open-ended thing and people say, hey, can I ask a question now? In this case, we don't want it to get derailed because we'll want, Kevin to get through his entire presentation.
Correct.
And we don't wanna blow it to suddenly, oh, okay, there's no time for people
Correct.
to
Yeah.
mingle. So we'll,
In your intro, you could just say, Kevin
Yeah.
will give a 45-minute presentation, we'll have time for Q&A, questions and answers at the end.
please, we'll say, please hold your questions to the end.
Yeah.
And then, of course, Kevin will be available after the presentation, while you're mingling to speak, et cetera.
Great. No, I think that's great. I think will help everyone set expectations and then just let them know we're opening up the last hour for. I'm not gonna let this go because I attended the last meeting. I really do wanna answer what we heard for feedback at the last meeting, which is in our community, we're not doing enough to promote small local businesses. And the people who showed up were small, local, newer businesses. And so I do want to recognize hearing their voices and giving them an opportunity. We did that networking, small, in a very small setting, smaller group setting, but I'm a huge proponent of allowing people an opportunity, a scheduled opportunity to have 2 minutes, come up, speak, tell us about your business and move on and be clear about that. And then if we don't have enough people coming up or if there's extra time, then we can open it up for other businesses.
Yeah.
But it's tough. I think we heard that it's tough to be here as a local business and not be able to get your name out there and what you're selling and what you're marketing, and just to also be able to hear others who are newer in the field.
Yeah, no, I agree, and a lot of these businesses took a hit during COVID and didn't necessarily bounce back in the same way. Like, we saw that with Pepperoni Express when they were in the old Burger King location. That was a hangout for a lot of the kids, and it was like after school meeting place. And Lacus Theoharis was a wonderful guy. He supported stuff with soccer and stuff, but then when he moved to the new, he had to move out of there, not because of COVID, but it got flooded, and he moved to the new location next to the old Santander Bank, and he couldn't get help, and I think his business suffered, plus there's a lot of, pizza places in town vying for things, but others, something like Koopman Lumber, for example, they're not going to, it's a hardware store, lumber, they sell feed.
Yep.
They're not gonna take the hit.
And there's a lot of Koopman Lumbers around Massachusetts anyway too.
Yeah.
And New England in general, I think.
So what we didn't have were long established businesses coming to our last event.
Yes,
They're known, they've got their clientele, but we had the newer businesses coming in.
yeah,
and
so we
talking to
have,
us.
somebody like a Washington Mills, which has been here since what, right after the flood?
Mhm.
I jest, but,
1800s.
yeah, they are established. The same thing with Wyman Gordon. They're not necessarily going to come, but,
Yeah, the industrial companies won't come, it'll be more retail and.
yeah, like we can maybe get Pecorino's to come as well. They're on the north side of town, and some of these businesses with what's going on with the real estate, like that shopping plaza where Pecorino's is and where Anzio's was, where there's another business in there, that building is up for auction now.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that's a big,
Yeah.
Right.
that's a big question mark. So of course, these folks are gonna,
Just an idea or two, do we wanna put together just a one sheet, maybe 5 questions, and have it like a questionnaire for businesses, like to ask them to fill out, keep it super, maybe it's 3, like, what can we do as a community, as a town, municipality, what can we do better? what do you like, what do you don't like, you know, how can we
assess?
improve, you know, in this, you know, communication, you know, streamline permitting, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, just, you know, I don't know if we wanna, while we have them there, just say, hey, if you would take 2 minutes, answer 3 questions and leave it on the counter so that we have, you know, it's an opportunity for us to get some input from them.
I love the idea. My only hesitation is just in the time between now and our meeting, because I know survey questions can sometimes be a little nuanced in terms of how you word things, and to me, having that survey would be good to have both in person and paper, and something online for as business, you know, owners or operators. You know, whether you have that in both spots, you know, at the same time, so then we can get the paper copies from
The
an
hard
event,
copies.
and we can get the you know, digital ones, because not people that can't make it or just don't feel like writing, they prefer the online one.
Yeah, no, and that's fair. I'm willing to take a stab at doing the, you know, 3 questions. You know, what would you like to see? How are we
It can be
doing?
very generic and broad brush, but just an opportunity for them to give some feedback. We used to have those too. We used to have survey forms at the building department, the Board of Health, and
Yeah.
the planning office and conservation. It was like a I don't know, whatever you wanna call it, but it was like a customer review form, you know, so they
Yep.
could say whether they had a good or bad experience. And there was a place in the hall to put those in the box, and then the town administrator would collect those.
Did Tim ever read those?
I think he did.
I
It
don't
was
know.
hard to get people to fill them out, you know what I mean? You don't have to put their name on it, but it was
Yeah.
a way to get some feedback, whether people were having a hard time or it was, you know, a good experience for them,
Yeah.
right?
You know, the other thing that I'd like to see, and Nicole, perhaps you can put this on the flyer. It's just a 1-line thing, just asking people to please bring their business cards, and we can have a bowl there for them to drop their business cards in.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
That would be great for follow-up
Yeah.
outreach.
And we'll get a package of Evans, and we'll put his personal cell number on there, and we'll hand those out to all the businesses in
You can do that. I will not be doing that.
town.
You mean you
I'm
wanna
not.
keep your job?
Correct. I do just want to throw out
You
there.
wanna stay, he's no fun.
Wow. Oh, I want to stay gainfully employed. We did do a survey for people who weren't able to attend in May.
Uh-huh.
It was super basic. It was 2 questions outside general contact information. What services does your business provide, and how can the EDC better serve your business?
And did we get any feedback?
We got 3 on that.
Okay, can you just send me that questionnaire? I know you just
Yeah.
said it, and
Yeah.
I'll
That-
work.
That's why it's, if they're in the room,
Yeah,
you know
if we
what I
already
mean, if we can get them to do
I'm a
it.
huge fan of it.
yeah,
I'm
if
a
we already
huge-
have the
I am
questions,
too.
we can go with
Hey,
it.
So,
There's no harm.
I'm a
People are
look,
gonna
I'm a
fill it out or
reporter
not.
by
I think
trade,
it's a
Right,
great
so
right.
to
idea.
know,
You can do it 2 ways. You can print out physical hard copies, and then at the end of the PowerPoint, you put up the QR code, and if they're tech savvy, they pull out their phones, they do it right there. If they want the hard copy, they do it right there.
yeah, just have a stack of them
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
and like, we'll have to come up, like I said, with 3 or 4 questions. and
Yeah, we'll
We've
just,
got 2 of them.
Keep
we've got two, so we'll
Keep it
just,
very
one
simple,
more.
you
Yeah.
know, so they're,
Yeah.
they're
I'm
apt to do it.
like I said, I'm on board with it. I mean, so
well, yeah, but I mean, even if you get 10 responses, you have to start, you know, you
Yes.
start with the first brick on the yellow
Yeah.
brick road, it's something,
10
and
is
then,
better than 0.
yes, exactly.
I think that's great. So we've got 2. I think 3 is perfect. And
Yeah.
And thank you, William. I'm in favor of the paper and the QR code.
Yeah, well,
Is that
everybody
something you can help us out
with
with?
the QR
on that?
code,
Oh, yeah.
when I was at the
Yep, we do it
meeting,
at the town meeting already,
Yeah, I
where
think that's great.
there's a QR code for people who want to
Traffic
see the
thing
PowerPoint.
last time.
So,
Oh, yeah.
you and Carol were there.
really easy. We can do
Right,
that.
right.
My QR code didn't work, I had to get
Oh, right,
use
right.
somebody else's, but, yeah. Nicole, did you have any other thoughts?
Nope. So for agenda, we're doing introduction, speaker for 45 minutes, Q&A for 15, and did we decide if we're gonna do the new business spotlight or we're nixing that for this time.
Well, as,
I'm in favor of it,
Do
Yeah.
I'm saying
open
yes.
mic night at,
Yes.
at EDC?
Mhm.
yeah, I mean, I
Hold
think
the room.
probably a lot of people won't do it, but we're saying for businesses that have been in business or doing business in Grafton for a year or less.
Well, for anybody too, and it's good to try it, because if it works, then we'll keep it
Right.
on for the next one. If it doesn't,
Right.
you know, then maybe we won't do it again, right?
Right.
So how
Right.
much time should I put on the agenda for business? I'm gonna call it business spotlights.
So my two suggestions on that for the agenda is, number one, the presentation. My suggestion is to basically put it as presentation and Q&A 1 hour, because it's most likely to be questions relating to the presentation from Kevin. That was his name, right?
Kevin
Yeah, okay.
Kouros.
Perfect. And then maybe say opportunity for, you know, speaking on your business, 2 minutes each for like 30 minutes time or something. That's kind of saying opportunity where the people, it's just whoever decides they want to do it. And if we don't have people wanting to do it, then
Then we'll just go straight to
Yeah.
the mingling.
Yeah, okay, so then it'll half an hour of potential business spotlights and half an hour of networking.
Perfect.
Okay.
Okay.
I am keyed on the word opportunity for that rather than potential, because it, to me, it just has a stronger meaning, where potential is like if we decide to do it, opportunity is we're giving you the opportunity to do it.
I agree.
Yes, it's an active
Yes,
verb.
good job.
Okay,
It'll be really engaging. It's a well planned out 2 hours. It'll be very active.
well, that's what we have to do. Okay,
Mhm.
so I think we've covered agenda items numbers 2 and 3. If everyone is in agreement, we'll go to number 4. Carl isn't here, so we don't know about Brian Bouvier from Marlboro EDC. The only other thing, William, you were waiting, to hear from somebody other than Kevin Kouros from the,
Nope, that was Kevin.
okay, that was Kevin,
Yep.
okay, so does anybody have any other input for any potential guest speakers for, say, December or January?
I mean, I know Westboro has a very vibrant EDC as well. You know, I could give Carl a call and see if he's made, you know, if he's communicated with Brian and if he's willing to come. We just need we have a date, right, for the next meeting? Do we have that?
Well, that was what I was, the next meeting, okay, so our event is November 4th. The next meeting that we would have would be,
Over December.
well, we could do November 15th, how do people, or do we not wanna do a November 15th meeting and just go straight to, because the next meeting would be November 19th. Do we want to have a November 19th meeting? That's the week before Thanksgiving.
I lean toward let's cut back on that for November, given the,
Okay, that's fine.
if we have someone that wants to speak to us and they're not gonna be able to make the December meeting, I'd be okay with the November 19th meeting. Like, I don't have a reason I can't attend, it's just,
Yeah.
you know, I don't see a strong need to unless someone's speaking that can't make the next one.
Okay, so do we want to take a vote here? All those in favor of
What, skipping
skipping,
we don't, I mean, I don't think,
We don't have to vote for
we
that.
don't have to
No.
vote on that.
Oh, okay.
Cause we don't meet on specific nights,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We don't have
Yeah.
a specific meeting night like
Yeah,
planning.
nothing is specified ahead of time for our meeting dates, and that means it's discretion up to the chair, effectively.
okay, so,
Right.
so
We
the
should-
November 5th, actually, it's November 5th that we're having our thing.
November 5th, yes.
Yeah, November 5th, I was
Mhm.
misspeaking and saying
Oh, that's
November
okay.
4th, it's
Yep,
Wednesday, November 5th. So then our next meeting would be in December, and that, the third Wednesday in December would be the 17th.
Correct.
It's Wednesday, November 5th.
Yes,
Are you sure?
Let me see.
The
I'm
flyer
pretty
says,
sure I looked back at your email and it said November 4th.
yeah, Kevin, I asked Kevin for November 4th. I thought that was,
okay, let me see, I have to go,
It says November 4th on
Uh-oh.
on here.
I hope I just didn't gum up the work, hold on a second. Let's see. Let me do a search.
So it's a Tuesday?
No, hold on, I think it was a Wednesday, it was Tuesday or Wednesday, let me see.
We'd have a board meeting that night, probably. I will.
Hold on,
most likely, if I had to guess.
I do see an email from you, Laura, around September 17th.
okay,
It does identify November 4th at the Grafton Public Library, 5:30 to 7:30.
okay. Cause I know we were looking at Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday when I talked to Kim. But I'm pretty sure it's the 4th,
Fourth is definitely Tuesday, and that is what, as was just said, it was in the email, that's what's on this agenda.
yeah, I'm looking at, yeah, so I think it's the 4th, let's see. Nope, events.
The flyer says the 4th.
The flyer says the 4th. I did just find an email from August 28th stating that the library had been secured for Wednesday, November 5th.
Uh-oh,
So I have emails with both dates.
Yeah, I went off an email. I mean, I can change it. That's an easy thing to do. But I was going off one of the last emails that was sent around because I remember double checking.
yeah, I'll have to call Kim tomorrow, I'm looking for the mail that I had from, Kim, so when did I say November 4th, what was the date on that?
You know what, and if it's helpful, you have it on the September 17th agenda as the
Okay.
first item.
Yeah,
I'm
maybe
sorry,
that's
the
where I
second
got it
item.
from.
Okay,
So you have it there, and you have an email on September 12th
okay, hold on, let me just,
to our group. I can forward it to you.
okay, inbox. Don't want this, I'm waiting for this thing to sync. Conversations.
So that invite has gone out to a bunch of businesses?
No,
No.
the
No.
flyer's not gone out to anybody.
Okay, alright,
The other
Okay.
So
person's
it-
gone out to,
good.
the flyer hasn't gone out to, but the person, Kevin, said he'd be able to do the 4th.
Okay,
Correct.
so,
But I need to call him tomorrow anyway, so I
Yeah.
can run this by him and let the committee know.
alright, so I'm going back, I'll call Kim Lipinski
So
in the morning. I apologize if I mess this up, so,
here's my suggestion. You'll call Kim in the morning, find out if we reserve for the 4th or the 5th. If it's the 4th, even if it's the 5th, if the 4th is still available, we could do the same hours. I say we just do the 4th since that's what we already told Kevin. If we can't,
the problem was the library was booked up, so I'm
yeah,
thinking,
that's what I'm saying. If
I'm thinking it's the Wednesday.
And then
So I
if it,
see that in an email from Laura on August 28th. I
Yeah.
see Wednesday, November 5th, from
Yeah.
5:30 to 7:30. I wanted to let everyone know that we have secured the conference room at the Grafton Public Library for our EDC Fall Business Meet and Greet event for Wednesday, November 5th, from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. The Grafton Library Conference Room is available.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the Wednesday. It's not a Tuesday, because we were looking at either Wednesday or Thursday. We knew it couldn't be Friday, we knew it couldn't be Monday, and then the planning board or the select board meetings were on,
We meet Tuesdays.
yeah, Tuesdays, so we went for that Wednesday, and,
There we go, it's, your information's right here. I know we initially hoped to hold the event on a Wednesday in October, however, the Grafton Library was completely booked for Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and even Thursdays in October. Additionally, one of the alternate venues I was pursuing was not available.
yeah, so it's Wednesday the 5th. Yes, okay, so that's what I'm looking at my own email, yeah.
it still makes sense to me that we confirm with Kim to make sure nothing is confused, just to double check.
Nothing's confused except me, yeah.
And then, Lori, you'll reach out to Will to confirm what the date is.
Yeah,
And then Will can reach out to Kevin, confirm if Kevin can make the 5th if it's,
yeah,
if it is the 5th.
I'm pretty, as I'm recalling now, I was thinking that November 4th was the 5th, but no, I know it's a Wednesday.
And
I
then-
know it was a Wednesday, so,
Yep, and then my additional thought on this is, if Kevin can't make it, we go back to our original schedule and plan, and probably will let Nicole and the committee know that final outcome.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it is a Wednesday, so it's going to be the 5th.
Right, do we want?
But I will call Kim first thing in the morning.
If we want Brian to come, and if he can't do Wednesday, hopefully he can do Wednesday, but if he can't, do we wanna switch venues? I know it's like short notice, I'm just thinking I could the tavern is closed on Wednesdays, I could probably get the tavern, and we could just do it over there.
The-
Well, I don't think the venue is the issue on Wednesday.
Oh, I thought the venue was booked on Wednesday.
The venue's available on Wednesday.
The library is only
Library.
available on that Wednesday. They were booked up until then,
And
that's
we've
why.
told Kevin Tuesday.
Alright,
Yeah, that's the issue. We're talking about the event as November 4th instead of November 5th.
Yeah, that's,
alright, so we could do if Brian's only available on Tuesday, say he can't do Wednesday, do we wanna move it to Tuesday?
I'd be open to that, I don't know what would be available or if there's a cost somewhere, but
no, there's no cost for us
No,
as
for the library, no cost for us.
Yeah,
You know,
true.
I'm saying if we're moving the venue to be somewhere else than the library and doing it on that Tuesday, that's the potential
Yeah.
for a cost.
Right, we gotta find out if the library's available on Tuesday.
I
No.
don't think they are, but you know what? Things can change. So I will call Kim in the morning to confirm that it's Wednesday,
That's what I meant, like if we
and then
wanted to-
see if it was available on Tuesday. But I was very surprised to hear that the library was booked up in October. There's all these different groups that want that room. So we were lucky to get Wednesday the 5th.
Correct. Yeah. And we looked online at the library's calendar back in August, and it was not filled out online, so when you called and you got that information, it was really helpful, because you couldn't tell otherwise without having a
We just have to
conversation.
decide what the priority is.
So
Is it Wednesday or is it Brian? If that's the choice, you know what I mean?
Kevin,
Kevin.
Kevin.
Why do I keep saying Brian, Kevin? I'm thinking of the guy from
I think Brian
Marlboro.
Bouvier from
Yeah.
Marlboro, yeah.
So it seems like it would be a shame to miss, not have him there. So you're gonna call him tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll give him a call tomorrow. I'll see if one day later works for him, and I'll let the committee know as soon as possible.
Thank you.
Okay, yeah, great. thanks, I'm sorry for any confusion.
No, I think we can work around it.
Yeah, I mean, I knew it was a Wednesday. Because when I was talking to Kim and trying to set it, you know, for a Wednesday or Thursday, that was mainly because there were so many other conflicts
There were,
with other
Right.
boards and other committees, et cetera.
Tough.
right, Tuesday was popular, we were really focused on a Wednesday or a Thursday.
Yeah.
I agree with you. Mm-hmm.
You know, okay, so, sorry for the extra work, William.
No, not a problem. I'll give him a call tomorrow.
Okay, terrific. And then, hopefully he can make it on a Wednesday. If he can only do that Tuesday, are we in agreement that we want to shift it to the tavern? Or someplace
Well, we
else?
could do the community barn too, I don't know if that's available, that's a great venue. I don't know if we
I'm-
can get it.
Open to it. My thought is, and William might help re-straighten out my thought, is us trying to move the venue out and change the, pick a venue, possibly with a price, do that outside of a meeting, and outside of a potential venue being changed on this, change being listed on this agenda. Would this make sense for, if we need to change, if we think changing the venue is the right idea, to call another meeting for like a Zoom only for those of us that can make it with the quorum?
You
between
could.
now.
That is certainly an option.
I'm just thinking, I'm just trying to think of what's the easiest but still within the, right path.
Personally, I think that if Kevin isn't able to do Wednesday, the best course of action might be to continue with the event as you have the location secured, and focus more on giving small businesses the opportunity to promote and talk about themselves, and try to get Kevin for a future event.
I don't know, I'd rather keep him, honestly, I just think it's gonna, it might be a draw for people, right, to have him come in, if we can, if you gotta do it on a Tuesday.
Mhm.
Well, let's see what he
then we'll do
says
it on a Tuesday.
tomorrow. This might be.
He's much more important than me being there if I have to be at a select board meeting, you know what I mean?
You could also skip the select board meeting.
I could, this would be more fun.
He might be able to make it, I mean, we are 3 weeks out.
Yeah, if he is unable to make it, I will let the committee know, and as Justin said, we can always do a Zoom only meeting to discuss
Right.
Okay, yeah. Okay, why don't
the,
we do
the
that?
path forward.
Yeah.
We're at about 8:11 now,
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
so just in the interest of time,
So I'll give, if it's all right with the committee, I will give, Carl a call to see about,
Brian,
Brian
Bouvier.
for the, whatever we're gonna do December, early December meeting or whatever.
Okay.
And see if he's made contact with you.
Okay,
with
so-
you guys. We don't have a date yet for December, but,
It's that we're looking at the third Wednesday in December.
that would be the 17th,
Correct.
so that's the week before Christmas, but that's fine, I mean, if we're
I think
skipping.
we did it as a Zoom only last year.
Yes.
We were able to do the December meeting as Zoom only.
Yes,
Just,
and that makes sense, that would be
Mhm.
December 17th.
yes,
We're also agreed that we'll skip a November meeting,
yes,
since we'll have the event on the 5th
correct.
or the 4th.
yeah.
And then when we reconvene in January, we're looking at probably the 21st, that's the third Wednesday of the month.
Yes.
One thing I would request too, and I know it's down the road, but if somebody could make a note for the December meeting, just as an agenda item, I would like to talk about having an annual Grafton Business Award as part of town meeting, whether we do it in the spring or the fall. Fall's probably the best meeting to do that. Something we used to do years ago to recognize a business, whether they're celebrating a big anniversary or or for whatever reason, you know, success of the community, maybe they've done some, you know,
Mm-hmm.
special, you know, donations, or whatever it is, this group would have to decide, you know, on, you know, candidates for.
Yeah, I mean, like somebody like, Lucky Theo Harris, who's retiring now and just sold his business, you know, for 30 years.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think that's a perfect discussion topic. I have
Yep.
thoughts, but I don't wanna get into it.
Yeah.
Just asking to
Yeah,
put it
no,
on the
no.
agenda.
Yeah, no, that's
for
fine.
discussion, yeah.
Okay, so do you have that on the?
I do,
Okay,
yes.
great.
Yep.
Okay, so if there's nothing more, no other business,
I'll move we adjourn.
Second.
okay, third, okay, we are
All in
adjourned.
favor?
Thanks,
Aye.
Nicole.